What the hell? Why is David asleep on the sofa? Mr Daz, do you want to explain this?
Sure, that is David. He is asleep. Sleep is something that us humans do for a majority of our lives.
Yeah, ha ha. Why is he sleeping on our sofa?
Well, he called last night and said that he had an argument with his mum and needed somewhere to sleep.
So you told him he could stay here?
No, I just said I wish there was something I could do to help, and 10 minutes later he turned up at the door with a bag of clothing.
No, Cindy. No, I'm ticklish there. No, stop it.
Well, he can't stay here. We don't have enough space.
Okay, well when he wakes up you can tell him to leave. I think there's an old TV box in the storage area that he can use as a new home.
Why do I have to tell him?
Because you want him to leave.
Fine, someone has to be the bad guy. David! David, wake up!
Oh, you can't wait until he's woken up naturally. You're so mean.
I'm not mean, we have to go to work soon. I don't want him to be here when I get home.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not as if you were an unwelcome guest when you came to live here.
What was that?
Oh, sorry. I said it's not as if you were an unwelcome guest when you came to live here.
Yeah, well, I'll pay rent for that room.
Well, get David to pay rent for the sofa.
No, he has to go. David, wake up.
Wow, someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Oh, morning, Nick.
Morning, David. I'm afraid you have to...
Your lunch is in the fridge. I didn't know what you liked, so I made you 3 different kinds of sandwiches.
Oh, thank you. You didn't have to do that.
Well, yes, I did. I will also do some washing while you and Mr Daz are at work, so if you have any dirty clothes, just leave them on the floor in the bathroom.
Oh, it would be nice not to have to do that when I come home.
Yeah, Mr Daz also wants me to go and do some shopping. What would you like me to cook you for dinner tonight?
Oh, well, I'd love to have a shepherd's pie.
Okay, I will cook that for you then.
Thank you. Okay, so I may have jumped the gun a little bit wanting David to leave. He's made me lunch for work, gonna do my washing while I'm gone, and have dinner ready for me for when I get home. I could get used to this. To be honest, I started to feel like Mr Daz's butler. He doesn't really do much for himself and always seems to want me to do it all when David's not here. Now I can come home from work and put my feet up for a bit while David does it all. So, what do you think the argument between David and his mum was about?
Nick, listen, I'm the kind of person that doesn't give a toss about others. If David had an argument with his mum, then he can sort it out. I'm not about to be an agony uncle or anything like that.
Alright, calm down. Ain't you curious in the slightest?
Well, no.
Okay, have you ever met his mum?
No, I've met a couple of his sisters and one of his brothers, but every time I've been to his apartment, his mum's always been working.
So you have no idea what she looks like?
Well, based on what her kids look like, I'm assuming she doesn't get many looks.
You can't know that.
I know, but that's what I believe.
That's just because you're a mean person.
Why am I a mean person? Is it because I don't get involved in other people's domestics? Am I mean because I'm set in my own ways and don't like people trying to change that?
Well, no, it's the way you talk to people and treat people. You can be very rude and abrupt.
Yeah, well, if you don't like it, you can always find somewhere else to live and get someone else to drive you to work every day.
Oh no, I never meant me.
No, of course you didn't.
I'm just saying you could make more of an effort to be nicer to people.
Yeah, and you can check out the best way to roll after being kicked out of a moving car.
Hi, Mr Daz. Your dinner is ready and waiting for you on the sofa. And Nick, I've prepared your dinner for you to eat at the table.
Thank you, David. That is much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Mr Daz, ain't you going to thank David for cooking for us?
No, he should be thanking me for giving him a job and a place to sleep.
Thank you, Mr Daz.
You're welcome, David.
Seriously?
Nick, I don't want to hear it. Just shut up and eat your dinner. Don't look at me like that. I don't know what's been going on with me lately. I feel like there's something missing in my life and I can't figure out what. It's definitely not Nick and David. Not long before I moved here I was dating a woman named Emma. We got on so well together and I thought we were both happy. Turns out it was only me. She wanted me to do all these different things that would take me out of my comfort zone and I just wasn't interested. For me, a good night is all about getting a takeaway and watching a movie while cuddled up on the sofa. For her, it was all about trying different foods from around the world, travelling and all that crap. Why would I want to go out and do all of that when I have the Just Eat app? I can get any food from anywhere in the world at my doorstep in less than an hour. I don't know. She just didn't understand me.
Me and David have decided to rent a movie for tonight and have a lads' night in with a telly. What do you think, Mr Daz?
Oh, yes. What are we watching? Die Hard? Fast and the Furious?
No, we're going to go with a classic.
Oh, okay. What are we watching?
The Sound of Music.
Really? You want me to sit and watch a musical?
Yeah, it's a classic.
No, thank you. Hello? Yeah, he's here. Okay, see you soon. David, your mum's on her way, so pack up your crap.
Okay. My mum is coming to get me. I don't really want to go back home. I walked in on my mum having fun with the postman. It came as a bit of a shock. I mean, he was supposed to be delivering packages and not giving my mum his package. I called her things that I shouldn't have called her. I do feel bad about saying things like that about my mum, but someone had to. Things might get a little bit awkward when she gets here.
David, your mum's here. Get your stuff and go home.
Okay, but I need to speak to her first before I go back home.
Oh, okay. There's a cafe down the road. Go there.
Mr Daz, stop being so horrible. David, take her to my room and speak to her there.
Okay, thank you, Nick.
Wow.
Oh my god, David, is this your mum?
Yeah, this is Mummy.
Yes, she is. Come on in, have a seat.
Thank you.
Can I get you anything? Tea, coffee, wine, engagement ring?
Sorry.
Oh, nothing. I'll leave you to talk to David. So that's David's mum, huh? She is a stunner. I've been feeling like there's something missing in my life, and I think she just rang my doorbell. Oh, I think I'm in love. I'm wondering why the hell David's dad walked out on her. I would have just took her with me and left the kids behind.
David's mum. Oh, I didn't even realise how beautiful she was. For me, I look past the outer beauty and look for the inner beauty. I want someone who can match me intellectually and not just eye candy. I'm not saying that she's not beautiful. Everyone is in their own way, it's just some stand out more than others.
Thank you for letting me stay, Mr. Daz. I'm going to go home now with my mum.
What's the rush, David? Why don't you both stay for dinner?
Well, my brothers and sisters are at home and they will need their dinners too.
Don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll survive for a few hours.
Mr Daz, you couldn't wait for David to leave and now you want them both to stay for dinner. What's changed your mind?
Oh, nothing. It's just something you said earlier about being a better host, and you're right. I shouldn't be so rude to people. I just want to make amends.
Ah, well, it's good that you listen then. Please, why don't you both stay for dinner and Mr Daz will order a takeaway for the other kids at home.
Oh, will I now, you cheeky bastard? Oh, yeah, of course I can.
No, it's fine. We will just go home, but thank you for the offer.
Okay, you're welcome here any time, David. And don't forget to bring your mum.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Did you see the way she just looked at me? I think she was into me.
Really? You? Why would she want you when she could have me?
Feeling a little bit jealous, are we?
Me? Jealous? Of you? Don't make me laugh.
What, you think I wouldn't be able to date David's mum?
No, definitely not. Why don't you ask him if his nan's single?
Haha, funny, but I'm going to give her a call and ask her out.
And how do you propose on doing that?
Well, she gave me her number. While Mr Daz and David were talking outside, I had a nice little chat with David's mum and we hit it off. She asked what we had planned for the evening and I told her the truth. A takeaway and The Sound of Music. Who knew that was her favourite movie? She said she would love to come over sometime and watch it and gave me her number. Suck it, Mr Daz. Hi, Mr Daz. Are you talking to me yet?
I never stopped talking to you, Nick. I just wasn't interested in the conversation anymore.
Is that because she was more into me than she was you?
Of course not. This is David's mum. It would be very unethical for me to date one of my employees' mothers. It just wouldn't work.
I know, but it's a bit funny if you think about it. You've been paying their rent for how long now, and the first time she meets you, she doesn't even say thank you, she just gives me her number.
Yeah, that's just bloody hilarious.
Yeah, well, I thought so.
Am I annoyed that Nick has a date with David's mum? No, why would I be? She wasn't even that good looking. I bet she's a right dog behind all of that makeup.
Hi, Mr Daz.
Hi Nick, how was your date with David?
You mean Stacey, his mum?
Yeah, whatever. How was it?
Not what I was expecting, to be honest. When she said she liked The Sound of Music, I thought we'd end up having a lot more in common, but not really.
Why's that?
Well, I took her to a gastropub and she spent the whole time shouting at the TV and drinking pints of beer.
Oh, really? Why was she shouting at the telly?
Football was on. I suppose she likes football.
Really? I like beer and football.
Maybe she was more suited to you after all.
Hi, Nick. My mum said thank you for the date, but she wouldn't be interested in another one.
Fine by me.
So your mum's into football then, David?
Yeah, she watches it all the time and has a season ticket.
Oh, really? I might give her a call.
Yeah, okay, but you two might clash a bit.
Why's that?
She supports Tottenham.
Me? A West Ham fan, date a Tottenham supporter. Yeah, I'd rather become a monk.